take as good a look as we can. Let's take as good a look as we can today of Prince Charming's antlers. He appears to be the big boy on the block. I don't know if anybody's going to outgrow him or not. Get as close a look at those antlers as we can. You can look there and see that he's really adding. There's points coming out all over him. If you remember, he had quite a few points. He broke them off last year, rubbing around on the trees and the fence and stuff. But he's looking really, really good. Really, really good. Adding quite a bit all the time as we see him there as he grazes on the grass. I don't know how long this grass is going to last in this pen, but you can get a really nice, good close-up look at how big those antlers have really got. I can see also that he's got a tick in his ear. But one of those other deer will get that tick off. Big, beautiful albino buck. That's his third set of horns. So he's gonna be pretty big. I know the camera works lousy, but my little girl, Wild Child, is just pestering me to no end, and now she wants to play. I push her away and she thought I'm playing. So now she wants to play and buck and carry on. But there's a big, beautiful buck right there. Kind of difficult to see Casper and Ice back there, but we can get over here and take a look at their antlers. Ice is the larger of the two, but Casper has the largest antlers right now. They're just big old spikes. I think they're gonna fork out into something. We don't know for sure. Those deer right there were kind of raised in this building, and they love the building. All the other deer love the building too. It's just kind of amazing. It's kind of hot in there, but we got the three windows in there, and they're all open. The door's open. They kind of like laying on that carpet. But those are two beautiful albino whitetail bucks, and with their first set of horns, their first set of antlers, and that's Ice coming out there looking at us right now. Some of you suggested that we put collars on the white deer so we could tell them apart. But the only white deer we can actually touch right now is Prince Charming. These guys right here will come close, but will not let us touch them. So we'll see. We said we were going to try to look. I'm whispering because of the geese. We said we were going to try to look at the bucks every single day. Just spook the geese. They just heard me even whispering. They're going to hit the water. That's our little family that we saw when they were probably a day old to begin with. You see the four smaller than the two walking in between. That's probably mama up front, then the four babies. And then the daddy in the back. Could be daddy in front, I don't know. There they go right there. Me talking is what got them out of the yard. They're up here feeding. Me talking's got the deer wanting to go to the front. Buck. 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 6 beautiful bucks. All feeding in the yard. We'll try to get closer looks at them, but this is beautiful right here. The antlers are just sprouting something tremendous. So we look back out. Should be able to find the geese, and there they go. Behind the tree. Should have probably just shot some video from inside. It's nice having that little family in the yard. We just don't want them to tame up too much. The deer, they think Jimmy's going to go around to the front and give them some food. But it's actually, I think it's about an hour before the feeder goes off. It's still a while. Okay, if everybody's gonna go, I'm gonna go too. The world looks great early in the morning. Dead calm on the water. Life is good. I'm not going out there. I'm gonna just shoot this from inside. That's just so cool right there. That's 6 or 7 big bucks. I mean, I'll zoom in as much as I can, but I'd like to get everybody in the shot. And I zoom in the camera, which is an iPhone, a camera. I keep calling it a camera. It's actually an iPhone. We send emails and texts with it. I don't own a computer. I guess I do. This is one right here. It costs $1,500. That big doe, it's not had her baby. I don't know if she's going to have any. I think she's just a fat girl. She's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Those bucks' antlers are going crazy. Before the week's out, I'll get you some closer shots of those. I'll get out there with them. I could get out there right now, but honestly, I just been laying in bed, visiting with my beautiful Chris, watching the morning news. And look at those antlers right there. Golly. He's already about an 8 point. Got more to go. All the deer looking up. Must be somebody else showing up. Yep. There comes another. Probably a doe. Yeah. Her belly's still fat also. I want to see a doe coming up. A little spotted fawn running back behind her. Terrible camera work, I understand, guys. I'm shooting through panes in the door. And y'all are saying it's a pain in someplace else for us, Jimmy. But irrespective, that's beautiful. They're all looking up at Apache driving by. Apache's wondering why Jimmy's not out in the world this morning. Honestly, being lazy and enjoying my beautiful wife, Chris, in the morning news. It's really nice to look out and see the buck family laying in the woods. It's a doe right there that doesn't look like she's had her baby yet. But we look out there in the background, and some of them are behind the trees, but you see them laying down. Another thing that people really don't get to see very often is deer laying down. But that's exactly what we're looking at out there. And with me talking, you see the sun shining through the trees there. Get a certain angle there, you'll see that sun shining down through there, those rays. A ray, a drop of dazzling sun, however that song goes. But look past that girl, see all of those big beautiful bucks laying out there. Just looking up here watching me. That's a horn sticking out, the head sticking out from behind that. Most of the deer behind the tree. That deer behind the tree. One deer up. The deer laying around through the sunshine to get just right, cut that sun off. But it's always incredible to see deer laying down. And that girl has yet to have her babies. She is beautiful. Okay, it's awesome to get boys in the prayer circle. And I had 4 of them up there. Now, they're not going to stay laid down. They've been laid down there quite a while this morning. They're not going to stay there with me out here walking and talking, because they know it's getting close to the time for the feeder to go off. And that's going to happen here in just a little bit. When it does, I'm going to go out there and try to get one last look at them. It's showtime. We got to get... Look how graceful they are when they get up. Oh, we're going to stretch a little bit. Stretch my bones. They do just like we do when they get up. They stretch their bones. Now, they've been walking on over at the feeder because they think Jimmy's going to come out there. And that thing's going to go off here in a few minutes. It's just about time for them to go off. Forrest is the lazy one of the bunch. He stays laying down. But you look at the way the antlers have changed this week. I've tried to give you a look every single day. I think maybe I have. I'm not sure. So you can probably see a change from the very first video this week to the end. Prince Charming still seems to be the monster of the bunch. But anyway, take a look there and see what we got. And I'll get out there with them here in just a little bit. 4 boys out there right now, though 4 were in the front yard a little bit earlier. I did not video them. The geese family was out there also, but it's time to get this thing on the air. It's been a great week. They're changing a lot. Got them over the rye today. You see our rye is still going. All the tall stuff you see out there that's taller than normal and making the yard look ragged is the rye that we have overseeded with, and that's probably, been a really great thing for the deer. They've had rye breakfast every single morning. So, not too bad. The Texas Hunter feeder has gone off with going South Fresh deer food out of Decatur, Alabama. If you're anywhere around close to Decatur, Alabama, that's where you need to be getting your deer food for sure. It's from South Fresh. Excellent product. You can kind of take a look at these deer and see how fat and beautiful they are and understand. My man Forrest acts like he wants to come up here and visit with me. We're going to try to just kind of zoom in on everybody just a little bit here. And in this week's video, the maximum growth. So Jimmy, open that thing up and get me some out for my own personal self. You can see his horns are about to split out there again at the end. And it's probably going to be a 10-point. The beautiful doe over there, fat girl. It looks like, I don't know, she may have had that baby. If she has, it's hidden out. There's another, well, that may be fat girl over there. She still pooch it out on the side. It is hidden out. We have 4 bucks here this morning. Let's try to take a look at these 4. Excuse me, we have 5. Excuse me, we have 6. Jimmy, your counting is getting suspicious, buddy. I believe that's lucky number 13 right there, which is probably going to have the best rack of the house bucks out here. At least probably have the most points. May not be quite as heavy as TC. There's a good look at TC. TC's 8 or 9 years old. He's probably going to be as big as ever, but it looks like on that going to be maybe about a 9-point. He's not. He's got one side that's not right. Which is kind of a bad deal there. He doesn't hurt or anything. He just I paid quite a bit for him. I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably very overpriced deer. But anyway, we've raised some good ones from babies here, like lucky number 13 right there. You see that tag 2113 in his ear. And so that means he's born, this is his second set of horns. So you just take a look at him. And Bubba might be his daddy, if you remember Bubba. Huge, huge, huge buck that just absolutely broke our heart when we lost it. But that's lucky number 13. Beautiful, beautiful deer. That deer right there is a wild deer. Let's see, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's got a tag or not. But again, yes, it does have a tag. It does have a tag. I don't know what the number is. That deer is going to be big as well. You can see that is very possibly, by looking at those antlers, very possibly one of TC's baby boys. So anyway, there's 6 beautiful bucks out there. 6 beautiful bucks. I'll get a close look at that guy right over there. They're all going to have handsome racks. They're all going to have handsome racks. Just absolutely looking good. Absolutely beautiful. Our 2 doe girls around, which hopefully they're bringing back a baby or 2. TC, camera hog, walk right in the middle of the camera. You standing in front of your lady, I'm protecting her. I don't want you messing with her. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that, TC. All right, guys and girls, be sure and share these videos with your friends. Watching giant antlers grow. You're probably not going to get to see this happen on too many YouTube channels, especially with wild, free-roaming deer. And I got to admit, we've got them tamed down fairly decently. But they are wild, free-roaming deer. They're susceptible to all the coyotes and bobcats and mountain lions and diseases and everything that runs in the wild, ticks. And yet we get good looks of them growing out here, which is something that you just can't hardly have happen unless you're watching deer grow in pens. And we do have some bucks in the pens also that we're including in these, but most of what we're really wanting to watch is that right there. Wild bucks growing bighorns in the wilds. So share this with your friends. Got about 125,000 people on our Jimmy and Chris Houston Twin Eagle Ranch channel. Be sure and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing on All Fishing channel. A new one. We just started. Only got about 7,000 or 8,000 people on it. And Catch a Better Life, which will absolutely change your life for the better. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, the most important channel on YouTube. Subscribe to those 3 YouTube channels right now. And remember, guys and girls, remember, golly, 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 I sure do love you.